like. I don't know. But after, see, I do know about gratefulness and Allah allowing you to move through things. And the question will always arise, why I slipped through? Why this, why that? Why all the homeboys, you know what I mean? Just imagine if you got a whole crew that you were around, associated with, and everybody get disappeared or rot in prison. And when we get close to getting Imam Jamil out of prison and raising more money, what do? They just shut us down. They said they can't shut you down, but they make it so hard for you to get money, you just got enough to feed yourself and not enough to do the other things. Well, we're stretching out the strategic depth, meaning that let's call it strategic brilliance. The Negro's ability to use strategic imagination, that it is structured visualization, organized visualization. And there's something real about it, or technically, it's just raggedy buildings here and there, but other people don't have nothing. When the white man roll on them, they don't leave nothing. They don't look. I don't want to say this, but technically we don't have a whole lot of nothing. But we don't need nothing. We're going to do what we're doing. If we didn't have nothing, we'd just stand outside and do what we're talking about now. We'll just stand outside and do it. Yeah, we'll stand outside, sleep in the car, sleep under a bridge. Yeah, that's what it costs. Those are the costs. And that's why we said this time we were specific about sleeping under a bridge. Although it don't look like we're going to have to, but we're prepared. Because you have to be prepared to risk everything to accomplish. Okay, other people are different. They have a little house, they have a little job, a little income, and they want to protect that. I'm not like that. I'm sorry. I'm not going to do that. So anybody that comes here regularly, we're going to have a sign-up sheet. We'll put it out tomorrow.
Okay.
But this is an overview about what this is, I feel sorry for the immigrant community because they want to be loved by America. They do. Hey, you can't stop them. You can just, and when I say America, I mean kind of Euro-ish America, not me and you. You ever seen a white person take shahada and they fall on the floor and they just do everything? And the poor Negro, well, me too, I took shahada. Good for you. Yeah. They almost ready to say, stop my life. Right? Hey, man, it's sad. But remember, Islam is so, I almost want to call it delicious. That's what Islam is. And Islam helps you understand people. And you don't blame people for being people, right? Because the shaitan say, I'm going to hit them from over here, front, behind, boy, and you ain't going to find. And he's talking to Allah. After Allah give him probation for a time, and Allah ain't going to break his word. Okay, you got it. Now, that's what I'm going to do. Since I got this little period, as bad as I am, you made me out of fire, you made that nigga out of dust. You ain't gonna find hardly none of them. And actually, shaitan is usually, he's kind of close to right sometimes. The majority of the people, no matter what you do, they're not gonna, we have to be prepared for that. The other thing that we have to expect, if we expect good from people, it's a bigger chance of good coming out of the people. If we expect it, you may not get good out of it. But if you expect the people to do right, you hope that they do right, you manage, you set up a structure, a system that brings the best out of people, right? Okay, what comes out of them is for them. Remember, we're not doing nothing for ourselves. No, we're trying to get, since telling a story, we're trying to get to heaven, stuff like that. And heaven ain't stuff like that. Heaven is not just that means there's a past, there's a present, there was a time when you wasn't even around. You didn't exist. Then there's a present where you're here. And you're going to be given a new body when you leave here that's going to be able to bear pleasure, unbelievable, and pain, unbelievable. Pain, the book says, stuff pop up, burn your arm, it's going to slip skin, come right back on. You're going to be burning up so bad, you're going to try to drink down something that's going to be hotter than everything. Hey, that's called scared straight. Here's what Ali radiallahu anhu said, "Oh, I worship you, Allah, not to gain your paradise, but to avoid your hellfire. I worship you because you deserve to be worshipped." That's big, that's big, that's big. Okay. A little bit of time in evolution is really important. Now remember, somebody was talking about a king, and he was talking about Malcolm, and I was trying to explain this. I said, look, Malcolm, those are our heroes. That's who I wanted to, well, at first I wanted to be like Al Capone. And guess what? I got a chance to do that. Just like Big Al, I mean, I lived like, now that was artificial. Why? That was a TV program I saw when I was 17, 62. Al Capone, Desert Hoop Playhouse. I said, man. And I said in my mind, I would like to do that. This 17-year-old Negro on the street of those days. What the heck? I'd like to drive up to my car, my house, my mama's house, give her a big stack of money, $1,000, that's what I was at in those days. Then I forgot it. I went on off, went to jail, and I came out, and everybody, when I left, there was a few people smoking weed. When I came home, everybody was smoking weed. Everybody was getting high. And I used to take a carload of brothers over to the temple in San Francisco, and I didn't smoke weed, I didn't eat meat, I didn't do nothing at that time. And so I was getting a contact high because everybody was smoking weed on the way over there. And I would ask them, how much you buy this for, how much you sell it for, do you have a lot of it? They said, no, they told me the same story every other day. It's not a regular connection, we don't have, sometimes it's here, sometimes it's dry, da, 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 da. And I had said when I was 17, if I would have lived during Prohibition, I would have been a gangster. That's what I said to myself. No, subliminal suggestion. That means is some suggested in your mind. You understand it and da-da-da-da, but it's not in the front of your mind. It's seeped back there somewhere. And I said, if I would have lived during Prohibition, I would have been a gangster. Started selling marijuana. And got rich. And why? Because I was a regular supplier. I said, well, what do they need? They need this all the time. I never ran out. I bought enough for I was regular, whenever you came to me. One time, I was down in L.A. getting the thing, and I was on the way back, and I called my partner, and I said, "Are we out yet?" I was on the way back with the little package. He said, "Well, there's a few people sitting here, and we'd have just sold the last few half of cans and everything." And I said, "I'd just tell them to hold there or wait, I'll be," I was on the highway coming on in, or on the plane coming on in. Never ran out. Never ran out. A regular supplier, the best product at the best price. Hey, you can't, you get big fat, whatever you're supposed to get, and it's at a cheaper price than everybody else's. So you get rich. Everybody like you. Anyway, so you get a chance to live that artificial lifestyle. Then you look up and you say, I ain't a whole lot of nothing. It sure looks good. But this ain't nothing. Then you get a chance to travel around the world and do all that other stuff and then come to Islam. Then, just before you get to Islam, you get a chance to go to South America and you become the first Negro cocaine supplier in the United States. It's not bad. The money that you don't give to the movement, you just go turn yourself in, fight your case, lose it, of course. Then you come out as a Muslim, ready to go. The point is, Allah give you a chance to see all of this stuff. When you're in prison, you're studying, how did you get into prison? Well, this, right? When you travel all around the world, wherever Malcolm went, we was right behind him, 5 years. Imam Jamil, we was 1 year behind him. Whenever we get somewhere overseas, Imam Jamil or H. Rap Brown was here. Oh yeah. So there's a difference though. All of our brothers got set up or didn't get the game on how to avoid boss man. Or you just blessed and you got a special job to do. And so you can see everything, get involved in everything and miss it. Because the Quran is anything that was meant to hit you, it's going to hit you. Anything that was meant to miss you, it's going to miss you. It don't make no difference, right? That's what the religious scriptures say to us. That when you learn that anything that was meant to hit you, it's going to hit you. Anything that was meant to miss you, it's going to miss you. So anything that's been missing us, now it ain't been missing that much. Imagine the stuff we put up with. If what you see is 3 or 4% of what's going on, really, maximum. Can you imagine? Just let your mind flow a little. For what we've been dealing with. That was to train us, that was to teach us, and that was also to instruct everybody else on possibilities, on what we can do, what we can be. They say it can't be done, we're living proof. They can't say it's not possible. That you can. And it's at the time when Big Boss Man is in a decline. Right?
Yeah.
His glory days is over. No, his glory days, he can call it. It don't make no difference what we do. Boss Man done picked on the baddest jokers in the world. He done picked on China. It's not old China, it's new China. Soviet Union. We're gonna show you. You know, Russia is 8 time zones. Do you know the sun never set, talking about the British Empire, the sun never set today on Russia. If the sun is 8 time zones, in one country, 6 million square miles. Good God Almighty. 8 time zones. You know, there's 3 time zones. What is it? Yeah, Central Time, Eastern Time. In the U.S. In Russia is 8 time zones. So the sun is setting here, is rising over there. The sun is rising over there, is setting over here. And they done picked, yeah, we don't like you. We don't like you, Venezuela. You got more oil than anybody in the world. And they holding on. Iran, holding on. Remember the old days when boss man said, jump, you could just ask how high. Not now. Boss man missing the boat. Anyway, we're going to speed up. That's our new mission. We don't want to wear you out, but we're going to use all of what we have right here. This is the new headquarters for this process that we're getting into right now. And this is what we're going to do. And this will allow us help. And this is just a wonderful, we're not only going to mobilize people, but we're going to organize people and we're going to direct people. And we've been in this way all the time. It's just the last few things drop in, and that's what's happening now. Are there any questions or any comments about anything?
Yeah, so we did have a couple questions come in. Let's see if I can, give me a moment. Okay. All right, oh, well, this was more of a comment or a request. This is someone that reached out. They said, peace be upon you. My name is Ahid from Gaza. I need help from food and children's clothes. I'm in a difficult situation. Please help me. I have bought food and children's clothes. Donate $10. I'm making charity for children. I thank everyone who helped me. They can help me at the PayPal account, and then the link listed there.
Okay. Anything else?
Yeah. So another person commented and said, drugs make America rich. Trump will do nothing.
Of course, yeah, right. Yeah.
That's what one person said. And then I had, this was over on YouTube. Let me go over here to YouTube. Yeah, brother asked, what do you have to say about what Grandmaster Jay is doing? Now, Grandmaster Jay is the head of one of those armed black militant groups. They're going to be doing a demonstration this weekend out in, I think, Louisville. Mm-hmm. And so he's just asking, what's your opinion on what those types are doing in this particular case, what the guy's going to be doing this Saturday, I think.
Okay. Technically, we wish everybody success in whatever endeavor that they're working on. Everybody will not and probably could not have the same view of this situation. But from our research, from our 50-something years, a little more than that, of experience, we have developed what we call nonviolent resistance. Nonviolent resistance. And a part of nonviolent resistance is alternative resistance. And we researched it. We've been, and I know all the people that, like I'm from Oakland, so all the Panthers, all of this and all of that, we had a chance to study in detail all of those approaches. And just to be brief, we found that those approaches have not been working in the past. They just haven't worked in the past because the level of infiltration and sabotage. I just learned when I was in Leavenworth and other places, and I learned from experience that the numbers was of infiltrators, saboteurs, and all of that was just unbelievable. Now, what is alternative resistance? That's the people. You resist participating in the system, but you have an alternative system. We always say the church, the mosque, the synagogues, where we pull away from the system, but all the problems that we have in the community, right, we solve. So you don't have to call the police. If you have drugs, say the churches here. This church, or this 5 churches, they're going to handle drugs. You know what I mean? They're going to drugs, treatment, counseling, and all that. Okay, the other few, they're going to handle homelessness. Because they might have facilities for home. And all the counseling and feeding and everything that go with homelessness. Okay, that's alternative resistance. I mean, you're resistant by doing the things yourself, right? So when you do the things yourself, in revolution, if your main people are fighting and in the bush, when you get power, you know what you know how to do? Fight in the bush. You have no understanding of the structure and the organizational process. You don't know how to solve the problems of society. We said we'll solve them first, and we'll develop that alternative resistance. So we're not supporting the system, but we have an alternative. That's our approach. We wish everybody well, but that's in everything they do. But that's our approach.
Okay.
And we'll cooperate with people, whatever they, like we're happy for them. We're not, you know what I mean? We're not all our way or the highway. No, that's not true. This is a big thing.
Right.
So we're not going to try to narrow the approaches to the same thing. Any more questions or comments?
Well, actually, I had a question. It was, maybe you can a little bit kind of clarify our position, because I know, we're our particular community, we're a pioneer community.
Yes.
As-Sabiqun, we go out first and kind of show the other people the way. So with this alternative resistance, which kind of seems more of like,